this is going to work.
What are you going to do with Alonso?
That's what I'm thinking, too.
That's what I'm saying. Just when I read that article, the first thing I thought is it doesn't nothing makes sense with this team. They don't know what to do. They are literally just throwing players in any position and see what's going to happen with them.
They're a ship without a captain. Mickey Callaway scratched Ahmed Rosario because he was on a hot streak. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, because he was going up against, I think, Scherzer it was yesterday. Right? Wasn't it yesterday that they were going up against, I think, Scherzer or Strasburg?
Scherzer they played yesterday.
Yeah, so it was Scherzer. Okay, I know Rosario got the day off. He's been hitting the ball incredibly well. He got the day off because they didn't want the hot streak to be broken. What is going on? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen Callaway do. That beats him sending the wrong guy up to bat.
Yeah, what do you expect?
Dominic, I don't blame you for wanting him gone. I think it's too early. I stand by that. But this guy's not going to win a World Series with the Mets. The guy
is in over his head.
Eric, you're 100% right.
And when you look at the Mets now going forward, you're kind of just waiting for these, abundance of trades to happen, with the, obviously not the top two guys. Again, I'm sticking with it. I don't think Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard are going to get traded, but I will see.
Not even at the winter meetings?
At the winter meetings, possible.
Different
but for
story,
the deadline, not right now.
No, I agree with you there 100%.
But I think they're going to finish the season with the Mets.
I agree with you 100%.
But this team will be shaken up a lot.
Cabrera and Familia will definitely go. There's no question about
possibly.
That. Flores could go. I don't think I want him gone, though. I like Flores a lot.
Especially with the Mets, because I don't know. I feel like he has that special bond with this team. So,
he cried on the field when he thought he was getting traded. So, yeah, the bond's there.
That was a great moment.
And think about that.
For who? Yeah.
No, it's such a great baseball moment.
No, yeah, I
and
know
then
just
it
the way
didn't
it
happen.
came off.
Yeah,
I know.
And then they got Cespedes. They made the push for the World Series, and then it went all downhill from there.
Yep.
All because of Murphy.
On that note, let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, because we'll have an exclusive interview with Joe Niese coming up next. He's the author of Gus Dorais, Gridiron Innovator, All-American and Hall of Fame coach. But first, I gotta tell you about a great show that we have on this station. It's American Hit Radio on Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. It's the show that unravels the music of today while recalling the music of our past. I see you guys snickering over there.
It's your demon's life.
Yeah. I'm very glad I have your mic off right now. Join my pals, host and author Tom Ryan and his wife Heidi, as they discuss music issues of the past and present. This interactive show features trivia, opinions, and many special guests, resulting in a fun and informative hour of music and talk. Joe Niese interview coming up next on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Alexa, can you please do my food shopping today?
Food shopping today added to your shopping list.
Alexa, can you do my math homework for me?
I'm not sure.
Alexa, play WHPC.
Play WHPC.
Now listen to the Voice of Nassau Community College on your Amazon Echo.
Simply say, Alexa, play WHPC.
I am already playing WHPC.
Sorry. So go ahead and buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Yeah, that exists. And while you shop, play WHPC.
Or buy a headband with a mullet hair attached to it.
I refuse to buy a headband with mullet hair attached to it.
Yeah, that exists too. Not sure why. But when you buy it, you can play WHPC.
So play WHPC on your Amazon device today.
And thanks for listening to 90.3 WHPC.
Those serving in our military, they're the difference makers. Separated from family, enduring hardships far from home. Sacrificing for their country while serving in a different country. Well, for those of us who support our armed forces through the USO, we get to make a difference too. Through the USO, we get to be the force that delivers the phone call between spouse and deployed service member. The force that brings newborn and new parent together through a delivery room video chat. And the force that makes sure our military serving 7,000 miles away gets to watch the big game from a USO center. We get to be the force behind the forces, connecting them to every comfort of family, home, and country possible. It's a good feeling to make a difference. Visit uso.org/force to learn how you can be the force behind the forces.
You are are listening to Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Dominic Arbolino and Eric Fischetti, and we are fortunate enough to be joined by Joe Niese, the author of Gus Dorais, Gridiron Innovator, All-American, and Hall of Fame coach. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing well, Jacob. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for taking the time. So we'll go chronologically here. That's what I like to do on this show. What can you tell us about Dorais' playing career with Notre Dame?
Well, he showed up there in the fall of 1910 as kind of an unheralded freshman. He was actually an all-state player in Wisconsin and wanted to go to the University of Minnesota, but they didn't want him there, so he decided to go to Notre Dame and came on campus and really wasn't looked at very closely by the coaches. But a few games into the season, injuries forced him in there, and he never really looked back. He went on to an undefeated career as quarterback.
And it shows just how, not wanting, the college that he wanted to go to, not wanting him, maybe passioned him to do that. But can you lay out for us how Dorais helped to popularize the forward pass?
Sure. So it actually started for him in high school. His high school coach was an All-American running back at Wisconsin, and the pass was legalized in 1906, and so it had been thrown before then, and so it had been tinkered with down in Madison. This guy, A.G. Finley, came to Chippewa Falls, really helped Dorais with his progression there, and then he moved on to Notre Dame and really, he didn't invent the pass, as sometimes erroneously said, but definitely helped popularize it with his roommate, good friend, and his end, Newt Rockne.
Well, I mean, it's great to see how the forward pass, no pun intended here, how it progressed, in due time. Now, can you tell us about Dorais' tenure at Dubuque College?
Sure. So that was his first job. Gets a fable was that him and Rockne flipped a coin to see who got that job, but Dorais was actually the better leader of the two at that point, and he was given the job at Dubuque, and that was his first job. Really kind of set the table for him running college programs on his own. He then, after a stint in the Army, returned to Notre Dame and was Rockne's assistant coach for 1 year in 1919, Rockne's second season at Notre Dame as coach.
Talking to Joe Niese, the author of Gus Dorais, Gridiron Innovator, All-American, and Hall of Fame coach. So you hit on it just now, but I want to go a little more in depth on it because it's really interesting. What can you tell us about Dorais' brief coaching career at Notre Dame?
Well, like I said, he was the backfield coach in 1919. He had just gotten out of the Army. He wasn't sure what he was going to do. And so Rockne reached out to him, and Rockne, it was going into his second season. He didn't have that great his first season as coach in 1918. Was broken up by the war, and so I think Rockne needed a little help. And Dorais had ran a program for a few years, and he came in there, and Arch Ward, who was famous for starting Major League All-Star game amongst other things, had been with Dorais at Dubuque at Loras College, or now Loras College. And so he said that, I don't know if this is just hyperbole or what, but he said that Dorais had a lot to do with setting up that Notre Dame offense that Rockne came to be known for.
All right, so can you lay out for us Dorais' time at Gonzaga?
Sure. So he got hired, he was looking to be a head coach again, and Gonzaga had ties to Notre Dame, being a Catholic institution. And they reached out to Dorais, and they gave him the athletic director job. And so he was there from 1920 to 24. The University of Detroit actually started trying to get a hold of him in the 23 season, but he was there through 24. Had some of, had considered the best team in Gonzaga history in 1924. Of course, they don't have football there anymore, but 24 team was particularly good. His leader of that team was Houston Stockton, John Stockton's grandpa, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting how stuff like that works out.
Yeah.
Okay, now, being that you touched on it a little bit, can you lay out his tenure at the University of Detroit?
Sure. That was kind of his longest stint was at Detroit. So he came there in 1925 was his first season there. He coached there through 42. He had an undefeated season in 1928 and a string of 19 straight wins over seasons from 27 through 29. Coached several future NFL players. Really made his mark there, and that was around the time, of course, that Rockne passed away in the plane crash in April 31. And so, at that point, Dorais really becomes more forthcoming. He kind of carries on that Notre Dame legacy. He's kind of the person that speaks on behalf of Rockne and becomes forthcoming in the forward pass and offensive strategies, writes his book, The Forward Pass. That's kind of the Bible of that play at the time.
Talking to Joe Niese, the author of Gus Dorais, Gridiron Innovator, All-American, and Hall of Fame coach. And Joe, I'll get you out on this. What can you tell us about Dorais' time with the Detroit Lions?
So they'd been after him for a few years. Detroit, the University of Detroit was going to drop their football program during World War II, and so Dorais kind of saw that writing on the wall and decided to make the leap into the professional game. In the 43 season was his first season, and he coached there for a few years. Had 2 or 3 good seasons and a couple abysmal ones, but he was very well respected from the college game. Made the leap pretty soundly to the pro game for a few years. For kind of at the end of his career, his health was starting to fail, but had a respectable few years with the Lions.
All right, Joe. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it.
All right. That was Joe Niese. His book is Gus Dorais, Gridiron Innovator, All-American, and Hall of Fame coach. Let's take a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be talking basketball next on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
If your skin could talk, would you listen?
As your skin, I forgive you. I forgive you for poking and popping me when I broke out at 14. I forgive you for that awful belly ring hole you left in me when you were 15. I forgive you for damaging me before prom, on spring break, and at tanning salons when you were 16, 17, 18. But I'm your skin, and if you continue to tan, I hope you can forgive me. Forgive me when wrinkles begin to show and I start developing age spots. Forgive me if I develop melanoma when you're only 22. So please, I'm asking you to stop. Stop tanning now. Our future depends on it.
Protect your skin from melanoma, the second most common cancer in young women 15 to 29 years old. And protect your future. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Hey, what's up? This your guy, DJ Steph with the F. And if you didn't tune in last week to It's Saucy, this is what you missed. Hey! Yeah, but you know what's so funny? I found funny is remember that time Meek Mill donated $50K to Philadelphia public schools, and then Drake topped him with $100K?
That's so petty.
It's just free
me.
You that petty stuff.
Free me.
Stop that. Because we had a problem the other day. I ain't gonna say it, but you know I'm not petty.
First of all, you're super petty.
No, I'm
because you be throwing low blows and sneak dissing on air. First you did it to my man Vaughn P last week.
I said we have interesting people here.
Now you trying to come for me?
I'm not coming for you. I'm just saying that it hurt me, Sam. It really did. If you don't want to miss out on moments like this, plus hip-hop and reggae music, then tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m. on the Voice of Nassau Community College on 90.3 WHPC.
Jacob Vaux. Jacob Vaux.
This one I appreciate.
Okay, good. I finally found one that you guys like.
No, what? Wait. Hold the phone. You already know I like this one.
Yeah. Just this one, though. Everything else, Madonna, the 2 Eminem ones, the Chicken Dance, GoBarbara.com, Menomina, Howdy Doody.
How many are there?
9. That's it.
You gotta make 10.
That's it. That's a lot.
You gotta make, I gotta make it a round number.
Yeah, you have to. People get antsy because of that. You know this.
You're listening to Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week. Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Volk. You can follow me on Twitter at Real Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Dominic